Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. So today we're going to continue on a new chapter, which is chapter number 3, descriptive statistics. Right. For descriptive statistics, we will learn measure of central tendency, measure of dispersion, measure of position. Right. We're going to learn 3 measure in descriptive statistics. Right. For measure of central tendency, we will learn mean, how to calculate mean, mode, and median. Right. So now let's look at the definition of measure of central tendency. Measure of central tendency is a value used to represent a group of data distribution. Right. For example, if you have a data about age of children in a playground, so we can find one value to represent all age of the children in the playground. So this value is called as a measure of central tendency. So measure of central tendency, we can measure value mean of data, middle value of the data, and most frequent value of the data. So we can measure these 3 value: mean, middle value, which is median, and most frequent value of the data, which is mode. So we have a group data. A group of data can be either ungroup or group data. So we're going to calculate mean, mode, and median for 2 type of data. First is ungrouped data. Another one is group data. Right. So ungrouped data is a group data that not given in the form of frequency table. Means that di dalam spread distribution lah. Maksudnya spread data. So they are not in a frequency table. Right. Where a group data is presented in a group frequency table. Right. So let's look at the example of the group data. This is an example of group data where the data is presented in the frequency table. Then we call it as a group data. When the data is not presented in the in the frequency table, then we call it ungrouped data. Right. So you nampak perbezaan ada dua. This is what we call as ungrouped data. Right. Ungrouped data, where the data is not presented in a frequency table. When the data is presented in frequency table, such like this, example number 17 and 18, so this is what we call as a group data. Right? So I believe last chapter you already learned the term that we use in frequency table, right? Such as lower class limit, upper class limit, lower class boundary, upper class boundary. We have class size. We have a midpoint, right? And then we have what else do we have? We have frequency, relative frequency, and cumulative frequency, right? So let's look at the arithmetic mean, or simply mean. So the symbol for mean, this is for sample mean. Symbol for sample mean is X bar. So this is a symbol for mean. It can be either Y bar or S bar. Anything yang ada bar dekat atas represent mean. And A bar or A bar also represent mean. Anything yang ada simbol bar dekat atas will represent mean. Right? So mean is a commonly known as an average of the data value. So average of the data value, it is a sum of all value of the data observation divided by the number of data observation. Right? So this is the formula. The first formula for ungrouped data, the second formula for group data. So this is ungrouped data and this is for group data. Right? If you can see, boleh nampak right. So for group data, the formula would be X bar equal to summation of X divided by n, where x is equal to the total, summation of x means the total of all value, means x1 plus x2 plus x3 until xn, right? And n should be represent how many numbers of the data value, right? So this is the formula for a mean for ungrouped data. For group data, x bar should be equal to summation of fx divided by summation of f. And you need to remember summation of fx is not equal to summation of f multiplied with summation of x. You need to multiply f multiplied with x for every point, right? So this is for group data. Right, let's look at example number 15. Right, to 15, you have your book, right? Your workbook. So you can follow. Example number 15, calculate the arithmetic mean for the following data. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So n equal to 8. So this is ungrouped data, right? Because it's not in the form of frequency table. So this we have ungrouped data. To calculate mean for ungrouped data, summation of x divided by n. So we already know n equal to 8. So summation of x means 5 plus 3 plus 8 plus 12 plus 18 plus 20 plus 24 plus 25 divided by 8. So you will get the value of mean. Can you do a summation for me? So it should be 115 divided by 8. So what is the answer? Can somebody tell me what is the answer? So what is the answer? Nurul Ain binti Rosli. So what is the answer?
Fourteen point three seven five.
14.375, right? So this is the value of mean for this data, right? The average of this data is equal to 14.375, right? Now let's look at example for group data, right? Example for group data. The mean, the formula for group data is summation of fx divided by summation of f. So basically you will given this data only, right? Dalam bentuk frequency table you akan dapat ini saja, right? Without the fx value, right? Oops. Only this, right? So in the formula, they require you to calculate summation of fx. So to calculate the mean, so summation of fx, so based on this table, this is the value of x and this is the value of f. So you need to calculate fx, right? So this is fx, right? So this is the value of fx. So how to get fx? X multiply with f. So 18 multiply with 10, so you get 118. So 19 multiply with 28, you will get 532 and so on lah. And then you will get the value of fx. So this is the summation of fx. So once you got the value of summation of fx, we just plug in the value into the formula. So 1777 divided by the summation of f is the total value of all frequency value, which is 90. So it should be equal to berapa? It should be equal to 19.74. So the average age of the student is 19.74 years old, right? So this is how we calculate mean for group data. But unfortunately, fortunately, basically kita tengok dekat sini, for X value here, age, right, class age ni, so we don't see any range dekat sini kan. Kita nampak the exact value, the point value, right? So this one should be direct. We can easily calculate the value of fx. So let's say you see example number 17. In example number 17, we have the range value, right? So range from 700 to 799, and then we have 800 to 899. So if you can see here, 799 and 899 is not equal, right? So it's not a class boundary. So you need to calculate a class boundary. If you don't want to calculate class boundary, also can, right? But the point is, by this range of value, we don't know the exact value of x, right? So we need to calculate the value of x. The value of x for this table is a midpoint, right? So you need to calculate the midpoint. 799.5 minus 699.5 divided by 2. Plus this one means that 699.5 plus 799.5 divided by 2. So you will get the midpoint of the class. 699.5 plus 799.5 divided by 2. So you will get 749.5. So this is the midpoint. So you need to calculate the midpoint, which is x value. And then you need to calculate for the whole row, which means for the whole class, right? And then you need to calculate, this is the value of frequency. So remember, summation of x bar is equal to summation of fx divided by summation of f, right? So you need to calculate some fx. You need to have the value of fx. So now 749.5 multiplied with 8 should be equal to 5996, right? And then you need to do this operation for the whole class, right? And get the summation of fx, right? So this is the summation of fx. I already calculate for you, don't worry. And this one should be 74563 divided by 74. So this one should be how much? 74563 divided by 74 should be equal to 1007.61. So this is the average monthly income for 74 employees. Okay, so this is how we calculate mean for this frequency table. So another way to calculate mean by using calculator lah. So to use this calculator, to calculate mean by using calculator, first you need to have the midpoint, right? So we can enter into the calculator correctly. So first step is click on shift mode, right? Shift mode, boleh nampak? Shift mode, and then you nampak dekat sini 1, 2, 3 until 8, right? You don't see any stat, right? STAT. So you nampak dekat atas ni dia ada scroll down. So you tekan bawah, right? Now you can see 4 for stat, right? You tekan 4. So dia akan tanya di sini 1, you want to on frequency or you want to off frequency. So click 1, you want to on the frequency value, means that kita nak input the value of frequency. Okay, so now we already have the value of X and we already have the value of F. So we click mode and then you find stat number 3 and then you will see this screen. Are you following me? Are you with me? Right?
Yes.
So now you can see 1 is 1 for minus variance, 2 is a plus bx, this is underscore plus cx square. So you just click on 1 minus variance, right? You will see this kind of display if you are using ES calculator. If you are using MS calculator, you will not get these features lah. So now by having this display, so you see X here 749.5 equal, so you will already enter here kan. So letak dekat sini frequency is equal to 8, right? You masukkan for the same procedure, you masukkan for the rest value, right? So this one should be 13. Can you do it? 949.5. Frequency should be 14. And for number 4 is 1049.5. And frequency should be 10. Right? And then number 5 is 1149.5. The frequency should be 25, right? Number 6 is 1249.5 and the frequency should be equal to 4. And by using this calculator, you can double check your input, right? So let's say we check again 749.5 frequency 8, 849.5 frequency 13, and this one 949.5 is 14, 1049 is 10. This is correct, and the last one also correct, right? Once you already input all the value, just click AC lah, right? So now by using calculator, you don't need to calculate fx value manually, right? The risk of calculating fx manually means you might commit to incorrect value, right? So when you click miscalculated for the first second row kan, second row saja you miscalculated, yang lain semua you betul-betul. So the consequences is you will get the wrong answer of mean. And then if you look the pattern of final exam question, so kalau you salah mean, this value you salah, you will wrong standard deviation also wrong. When the standard deviation also wrong, you akan salah lagi coefficient of variation, coefficient of determination, and then measure of skewness pun you akan salah. Means that you akan drag banyak, right? That's why you need to have this calculator to make your calculation easy, right? So then after you key in all the value, you just click shift and find stat number 1, stat, right? And then you click on number 3, which is sum, right? So summation of x square means that this is going to be a summation of fx square. Summation of x would mean summation of fx. So you tekan 2, you tekan sama dengan sama tak, right? you just get the same value. In final exam, what you need to do is to put the formula summation of fx divided by summation of f equal to 74563 divided by 74, and then you will get the value 1007.61. In final exam, the work that you have done here have no marks, right? Okay, so I will give you marks on this value only. So mana calculator tu sudah hilang dah. Alright, okay. So let's do for example number 18, right? So you already have the knowledge on calculator. Let's do example number 18. So we have a less than range 500 to 700, 700 to 900, 900 to 1100. So we have a class boundary. So now we need to find a midpoint. So how to find midpoint? 700 plus 500 divided by 2. So you will get 600. And then you just input into the formula, into the calculator, summation of fx divided by summation of f. So can you tell me, you just input into the calculator, tell me what is the value of summation of fx. Masuk ke calculator. So what is the value of summation of fx? Can somebody tell me? You just input it into the calculator. Nusrah.
Yes, sir. I didn't have the calculator. I used the another one.
Okay. Tak apa. Faiz Nur.
My calculator is running out of parts, sir.
So you don't have calculator? So how?
I do have, but not the supporter one.
Right. So yang lain macam mana? So I would like to suggest you to buy this calculator lah. So it will make your life easy. Right? Yang lain? Okay, if you don't have the calculator, can you calculate manually? So what is the value of summation of fx?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm using this calculator, but I'm stuck halfway.
Yeah?
I'm stuck halfway. I don't know. I've read half of the steps.
What calculator? Can you show me your calculator? Okay. Is it the same value, the same calculator?
No, I think
They have the same value, right? They have the same value kan? The same function juga kan? I think so. So let's look at how to do it. Again, so first step is click on Shift Mode, and then you need to scroll down, right, and find Stat, number 4 Stat, and click on Frequency On, right. Then you click on Mode one times, and then you find Stat here, number 3, and then you need to find 1 for 1 minus variance, right. So you will get this screen lah. So once you already got the screen, you just input the value lah. This is 600, 800, this is 1000, and then this is 1200, and then this 1400, right. And then you input your frequency value 4, 15, 6, 12, and 8, right. So once you already input all the value, listen carefully, right, click AC, and click on Shift 1. And then you will get the value of type, data, sum, variance, distribution, minimum, maximum. So you click on sum, number 3, and then you will find summation of x. In this case, summation of x will represent summation of fx. So you tekan 2. So it is equal to 46,000, right? The value is 46,000. And then since you already know what is the value of f, right? So the value of f you already know. Then you click on variance number 4, right? So you tekan 1 untuk dapatkan the value of summation of f. Now if you don't know lah. And then we can click Shift 1, listen carefully, click 4, and you can find 2, which will give you the value of mean. So this is the value of mean, 1022.22, right?
Sir, calculator daripada after 80 yang shift 1 tu tak ada.
Macam mana?
Yang dekat lepas you tekan 80 and then shift 1.
Ya.
My calculator tak boleh. Keluar macam ni.
So dia ada tulis stat dekat atas tak? You cari yang mana ada tulis stat. The point is kita nak tengok statistics. If you don't have, you need to find one lah, right? Right. Okay. If you don't want to find one, and then the alternative way is to calculate it manually lah, right? Or you can use MS calculator, but MS calculator I don't want to show. You can find it how to use MS calculator in YouTube lah, right? So it's kind of a bit difficult by using MS calculator, right? You cannot recheck your value. Let's say kita tengok dekat sini 1. Let's say I already key in the data. You cannot recheck this data like this, right? Because it only have a single screen saja. Dia bukan screen, dia tak besar. Right, never mind. So later on find your calculator. As I said in the first class, find the calculator. So the value of fx is equal to 46,000 divided by 45, right? And then you need to click on shift. Oh, hilang dah. Tak boleh tekan hilang. Ni. So this one tekan shift 1 and you cari variance, right? And then you tekan 2 untuk mean. So you will get 1022.22. So this is how we calculate mean for group data, right? Right. As I said in the first class, right? I already told you, if you want to make calculation easy, find this type of calculator, right? If you don't want, then you need to calculate manually fx, like 600 multiplied with 4 berapa, 2400 and so on. You need to calculate one by one, so it will take time for you. So you remember, in final exam you only have a short time, very limited time, so you need to use it carefully lah, right? So calculate example number 19. So I will leave it for you, right? You do it by yourself, right? Let's look at median, right? Median. So median, the symbol for median is x tilde. Anything with tilde above the alphabet, it will represent median. So median is the middle value of a range data in ascending order. Median is the middle value of a range data in ascending order. So you need to understand, we need to find median. So we need to arrange data. First, we need to arrange data in ascending order from the smallest value to the largest value. The interpretation of median is 50% of the total number observation having value less than median value, while another 50% of the total number observation having value more than median value. So just put like this lah. This is the number, right, from 0 to 100, right? So the median value is the middle value of the arranged data. Means that we already arranged data from the smallest value to the largest value. So 50%, right? So if you can see 50% of the value having 50% of the data having value less than median value. So this is a median value. While another 50% of the data having value more than median value, right? So this is how we interpret median, right? So let's focus carefully. So for ungrouped data and group data, we will compute median for ungrouped data and group data. For ungrouped data, first we need to arrange data in ascending order from the smallest value to the largest value. And then we need to find the position of median. Means that this is not really a median. We need to find where is the median located. Where is the location of median? So by using the formula n plus 1 divided by 2, right? Once you already locate the median, then we need to find the value of median by arrange data tu lah. So let's look at this example number 20. So example number 20, we have this data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So n equal to 7. First step, we need to arrange data in ascending order. So we start with 24, 25, 27, and then the next is 38, 40, 45, and 48. So we have 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now, I usually do like this. Once you already arrange data, kita position the data. So we will know what is the position of this data. This is position number 1, position number 2, position number 3, position number 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is the easiest way to calculate, right? So better if you are new to this one, you are not really master on calculating median, mean. So try to follow step by step. Don't jump and don't do shortcut, right? Once you already terror, then you do shortcut. It's okay lah, right? Number 2, we need to find the position of median. So position of median, it should be n plus 1 divided by 2. So n is equal to 7 plus 1 divided by 2 is equal to 8 divided by 2 equal to 4. Right, this is not the value of median. Remember, this is where the median is located. So median is located at position number 4. So the value of median is equal to 38. So this is the value of position number value for position number 4. So this is the value of median. Understand? Should be very easy. Okay. Can we move on? Right. So let's look at example number 21. It's the same procedure, right? So first step, we need to arrange data in ascending order. So the smallest value is 101. Correct me if I'm wrong. I tak pernah nampak. 101, 105, 107. This is already done. Where is it? Ada lagi. 111, 116, right? And then 120, right? 123 and 129. As I said, after that we try to position the value. This is position number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right? So second step is find a position of median. Position of median is n plus 1 divided by 2. So 8 plus 1 divided by 2 equal to 4.5. Right? 4.5, the median value is somewhere between 4 and 5. It's somewhere between 4 and 5. Right? To get 4 and 5, 4.5, so what we do? We take 4 plus 5 divided by 2, right? So we will get 4.5. Betul? To get 4.5, right? Logically. So then we do the same procedure to get 4.5 ni. So number 3, median is equal to 111 plus 116 divided by 2. Right? So you will get 113.5. So what does this mean? It means that 50% of the data having value less than the median value, which is 113.5, while another 50% of the data having values more than 113.5. So this is how we interpret the median value. Okay. So this is for ungrouped data. It should be very easy, right, to calculate median for ungrouped data, right? Are you okay? Let's move to the next one. Computation of median for group data. This is computation of median for group data. So let's look at the steps. All right, the first step is we need to construct a cumulative frequency table. You still remember on the previous chapter how to construct a frequency table, and then we need to calculate the position of median by using the formula summation of f divided by 2. Right? This is the position of median for group data. Right? And then determine the median class, which the class that has a cumulative frequency equal or next greater to this value, to the value of position of median. If the group data has no class size, right, then the median value should be the value satisfied the variable, step number 3. But if the group data has a class size, then we will use this formula. This formula says that this is a lower class boundary of the median class. This is the position of the median, and this is the cumulative frequency before the median class, and this is the median frequency of the median class, and the last one here is the class size of the median class. Okay, so never mind if you don't understand, then we try to look at the example now. But you need to refer each step lah, apa step kita nak buat. Now let's look at example number 22. Apa dah jadi? Alright, example number 22. First step is we need to construct a cumulative frequency. So we have the value of x, and this is a first column is x, and this is frequency, and then we need to construct a cumulative frequency. Right, cumulative frequency. Okay, so if you look at this frequency table, we don't have a class size, right, because this is a single value, right? So now cumulative frequency start before the first class. This one should be 12. 12 plus 14 is 26. 26 plus 10 is 36. This is 41 and this is 44. Is it? Betul tak? Double check before you calculate everything. Yes. So now this is the first step. We already construct a cumulative frequency table. Second step is, let's use another color, purple. So second step is we need to find position of median. This is not a median yet. We just want to locate where is the median location. Right, so summation of f divided by 2, which is equal to 44 divided by 2, equal to 22. Right, so now we want to find step number 3. Step number 3. Okay, step number 1, ulang balik. We reconstruct a cumulative frequency. Step number 2, we find the position of median. Step number 3, we want to locate where is the median class. So median class, we look at 22. We need to look at into a cumulative frequency. The median class should be equal to the cumulative frequency equal to 22 or next greater than 22. The median class is where the cumulative frequency equal to 22 or next greater than 22. So can we find 22 here in cumulative frequency? We don't find, right? So next greater is 26, right? Next greater is 26. Next greater than 22 is 26. So this is the median class. So this is the median class. So since number 4, since we don't have a class size, so the median value should be equal to 1. Okay. Alright, should be very simple. How to calculate median. Alright, can we move on to the next example? Boleh?
Boleh ke?
Boleh ke? Right, let's look at example number 23. So in this example, we look at the frequency table. We have a class size. We have a range in each class, right? But unfortunately, we don't have a class boundary, but we can calculate class boundary later. So now, first step is to construct a cumulative frequency. If you know, this is a frequency value. Cumulative frequency. Construct a cumulative frequency. Right, so this one should be starting from 0. This is 2, 5, 15. This is 29, 36, 39, 40. Right? Betul? So, 2. Right. So, this is the first step. Second step is we need to find position of median, right? So where summation of f divided by 2, so this one is equal to 20 lah, right? 40 divided by 2 is equal to 20. So step number 3, we need to find the median class, where median class is the cumulative frequency equal to 20 or next greater to 20. Equal to 20, we don't have the value of 20 on cumulative frequency. Next greater than 20 is 29. So this is median class. Right? So this is our median class, step number 3. So since we have a class size here, we have a range of class. So we need to find median. we need to use the formula lower class boundaries plus summation of f divided by 2, which is the position of median, minus summation of fm minus 1, means that cumulative frequency before the median class, divided by fm, means the frequency of the median class, multiply with class size of the median class. Right? So this is the lower class boundary of the median class. We know that this is the median class. So from here, this is not a class boundary, can? This is not a class boundary because this is not equal, right? So 59 plus 60 divided by 2, it should be 59.5. 69 plus 70 divided by 2, it should be 69.5. So the lower class boundary is 59.5. You just plug in the value 59.5, right? And then summation of f divided by 2 should be equal to 20. You just plug in the value. And summation of fm minus 1, this is what we call as a cumulative frequency before the median class. Cumulative frequency before the median class, which is equal to 15, right? Divided by frequency of the median class, which is equal to 14, right? And then multiply with the class size of median class. So how to find class size of median class? 69.5 minus 59.5 should be equal to 10, right? Then once you already plug in the value into the formula, you just hit the calculator, you will get the answer. 5 divided by 14 multiplied with 10 plus 59.5. So it should be equal to 63.07. And remember, this value should lies between 60 to 69 lah. Kalau you dapat outside of 69 or less than 60, means that something wrong with your calculation. So how to interpret this value? We can interpret that 50% of the student having marks less than 63.07, while another 50% of the student having marks more than 63.07%, right? So this is how we calculate median. Okay, I hope you understand. For example number 24, you can do it by yourself, right? This is the same example, but this example we already have a class boundary, right? So are you okay? Can we move on to the next topic, right? Which is our last topic for measure of central tendency, right? So let's look at mode. So the symbol for mode is X with a hat. Right? Any alphabet with hat, right? We can say that this is a mode lah, right? Except we are modeling linear regression or any model, statistical model, and this might be the predicted value. But in this case, for measure of central tendency, this is the symbol for mode that we use. So mode is the most frequent value to occur, right? So the most frequent value to occur is mode. The value of mode can be more than 1. It can be 2, 3, or many, right? So there are we're going to look into two type of data, which is group data and ungroup data, to calculate mode. So let's look at for ungrouped data, right? So in ungrouped data, we don't need to arrange data in ascending order, but we just need to count the data. So if you can look here, so we have how many data we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So n equal to 9. So 14 we have 3, 4, right? And then 17 we have only 1, 16 only 1, 20 once, 18 also once, 12 also 1. So our mode is equal to 14 because 14 appear 4 times. The most frequent to appear, right? Okay. So let's look at example number 26. So in example 26, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So n equal to 9. So here we have 800, 1, 2, 3. And we have 600, 1, 2, 3. So 700 one time, it's 2 times, 500 only 1 times. So here we have one mode as 2 modes, right? Which is 600 and 800. How to know you have 1 mode, 2 mode or 3 modes? So simply you can draw a rough histogram. Or rough bar chart. So let's look at here, let's say 500, 700, 600, 700, 800, right? This is 500, 6, very rough histogram. I just want to see the distribution. This is 7, this is 8. So let's say 500 we will have only 1. Right? And then we have this is 1 lah, only 1. This is not the correct one lah. Better you draw a histogram. This is a bar chart. Let's say we draw histogram lah. Histogram starting from 500, 600, 700, 800, and then this is 900. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Contoh. Right. Let's look at his 500. We will have only 1. Right. 600 we have 1, 2, 3. So we put 3 here. The bar hit to 3. And 700 we have 2. So it should be 2. And 800 we have 3. So it hit 3. So based on this histogram, you can see we have first mode and the second mode. We have 2 highest bar. Right? For this data, let's say kita buat histogram lah. Nampak senang sikit. This is 12. Let's say 14, 16, 18, 20. Right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Contoh. This is a very rough histogram. Tak payah look at on graph paper. Just want to know how many modes we have. So 12 we only have once. And then 14 we have 4. Right? 14 to 16, let's say, we have 4. And then we just want to know how many modes, right? So 16 we have only once. 16, this is 16 once. And then lain-lain semua satu kan. So if you can see, we have only 1 mode. Satu saja bar yang tinggi. Right? So let's look at example number 27. Right? In example number 27, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So n equal to 10. If you draw histogram or bar chart, let's say this is, kita buat bar chart lah. This is 20, this is 40. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So 20 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. In 40 also we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 juga. Right? So maksudnya sekarang ni we don't have any value yang dekat bawah kan. So means that there are no modes. So maksudnya tak ada value yang paling tinggi, appear yang paling banyak. So sama-sama banyak. So means that mode does not exist. Alright. Okay. Let's look at a computation of mode for group data. Right. This is very important. Right. Whenever we reach group data, pay a lot of attention. Right. For ungroup data, it should be very easy. Right. And rarely I ask about ungroup data. So for group data, the mode will refer to the highest frequency of the frequency table. Right? Let's look at the step. First step, we need to find the model class, that is the class that has the highest frequency. The second step is sepatutnya di kat sini lah. This is a second step. This is a third step. Right? So second step is, if the given group data has no class size, right, and then the model value would be the value of variable that has highest frequency. This is very straightforward. If the value the frequency table have a class size, if the class size is given, right, so we need to use this formula where LM is the lower class boundary of the model class. Theta 1 is the different, means that the frequency of the model class minus frequency of before the model class. This is same, right? This is frequency of the model class minus frequency after the model class, right? And then multiply with class size of the model class, right? So the different definition are given here. So now let's look at how to solve the problem. Now let's look at example number 28. So we have X class and frequency class. First step is we need to find the class that has highest frequency. Highest frequency is 12, right? For example number 28. So then this is the model class. So this is the model class, right? So now, since we don't have the value of X and we don't have the class size, so mode should be equal to 2. Most of the family has 2 children. This is how we interpret. Mode equal to 2, most of the family has 2 children. So now this is going to be very easy, but let's pay more attention on example number 29. So in example number 29, first step is we need to find the model class. The model class is the class that have highest frequency. So let's look at this frequency column. The highest frequency should be 13. So this is the model class, right? Model class. So since we already know this is a model class, and we look at the class limit here, this is not equal, so this is not a class boundary. So to calculate the class boundary, 59 plus 60 divided by 2 is 59.5. And this one should be 69.5. So step number 3, we need to find the median by using the formula LMO, means the lower class boundary of the median class, theta 1 divided by theta 1 plus theta 2 divided by and multiply with class size of the model class. Theta 1 means that frequency of the model class minus frequency before the model class. So frequency of the model class minus frequency of the model class before the model class means 13 minus, 13 minus 10. For theta 2, frequency of the model class minus frequency after the model class, right? Frequency after the model class. So means that 13 minus 8. Right? So since you already have the value, you just plug in the value into the formula. This one should be 59.5, right? Plus theta 1 should be equal to 3. Theta 2 should be equal to how much? 13 minus 8 equal to 5. Right? So 3 divided by 3 plus 5 multiply with class size 69.5 minus 59.5. It should be equal to 10. Right? So just hit the calculator and find the value. 3 divided by 8 multiply with 10 plus 59.5. It should be equal to 63.25. So the most of the student having marks 63.25. Okay. Boleh eh? So let's look at another example. Example number 30. So in this example, if you can see here, we have to find mode, we need to find the highest frequency value. So in this frequency table, we find 18 is the highest frequency value. So this is one of the model class. And the second highest is 18. The second model class is 18 because this is a highest model frequency table, frequency value. Let's draw a simple or brief histogram. So this is 18, 20, 22, 24, 26 until 28 and 30. So let's say this is tak cantik ya, tak cantik. Let's say kita start macam ni lah. Okay, panjang sikit. Alright. This is 24, 20, sorry, this is 18, 20, and this is 22, 24, 26, 28 and 30. Let's say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Alright, contoh. Right. This is 20. Contoh lah. So for 18 to 20, we have 15 here, should be here. Right. And then for 20 to 22, we have 14. So it should be here. And this is going to be 18. Right. And then this is 8. Should be somewhere here. And this is hit 18 again. And this is 2. So based on this histogram, so we can say that we have 2 modes. Right? We have 2 modes. So we're going to calculate 2 modes. So mode number 1. Okay, mode number 1. So since we already have a class boundary, so we don't need to worry much. So mode number 1 should be 22 plus frequency of the model class, and before the model class should be 18 minus 14 equal to 4, and this is also equal to 4, and then 18 minus 8 should be 10, and multiply with the class size. 24 minus 22 should be 2, right? And then the second mode, which is 26 plus 18 minus 8 is equal to 10 divided by 10 plus 18 minus 2 equal to 16, multiply with 2, right? So hit the calculator. 4 divided by 14 multiply with 2 plus 22 should be 22.57, and this is 10 divided by 26. 10 divided by 26 multiply with 2 plus 26. It should be 26.77, right? So this is how we calculate mode lah. So let's look at another example. Are you finished with this one? Right? Let's look at another example. Right? Okay, this is the same example but a bit different. Alright. So if you look at this one, let's say we draw a histogram, right? To know how many mode we have, right? So based on this one, we can see we have two highest frequency, but it sit together side by side, right? Now draw a histogram to confirm how is it we have two mode or only one mode. Since they sit together, so let's confirm by histogram whether it's supposed to be two modes or a single mode, right? So we have 2018, 2020, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. So 18, 20, 22, and then this is 2, 4, 6, 8. So for 18 to 20 we have 15. So let's say we draw 15 somewhere here, right? And then 14 should be somewhere here, and then 18, this one, and then the next one is 18, and the next one is 8 and 2. So by drawing a rough histogram ni, what we can see is we only have a single mode. Kita boleh nampak satu saja daripada atas ni, kita boleh nampak seolah-olah kita ada satu yang paling tinggi, right? Sebab dia duduk sekali kan, seolah-olah nampak satu. So means that you only have one mode. So this is the lower class boundary of the mode. This is the class model class, right? So mode should be equal to lower class boundary equal to 22 plus model class minus frequency before the model class, 18 minus 14. So 18 minus 14, right? And then plus 18 minus 8. 18 minus 8. And multiply with the class size. So what is the class size here? Since we combine these two together, so 26 minus 22, it should be equal to 4, right? So this one should be 22 plus 4 plus 4 divided by 4 plus 10 multiply with 4. So just hit the calculator. 4 divided by 14 multiply with 4 plus 22. This will be 23.14. Is it? Yep, 23.14. Right. So now, by using histogram, this one I tak tunjuk lagi on the previous chapter, I tak tunjuk kan. There are two methods to find mode. First is by using formula. Right. You need to read the question paper carefully lah. If I asking you to calculate mode by using formula, means that you are expecting this kind of answer. If I ask you to calculate mode, to find mode from the histogram, so I'm not expecting this kind of work, right? Kalau you buat juga, you dapat kosong lah, tak diterima. I expecting you to give mode from histogram. So let's say you have this kind of chart, histogram. So you ambil this point, this end point, and this end point. You connect these two together, and you ambil this point and connect to this point, right? And then the intersection here should be your mode, right? This one should be 23.14. But that's why when you graph histogram, you need to graph it properly, right? So nampak tak yang atas ni pun sama juga. Let's say we have two modes. For the first, to find the first mode, you ambil sini, point dekat sini, and point dekat sini. You just try to connect these 2 points. And then take this point and this point, connect these 2 points. And the intersection of the point is your mode number 1. Same goes to this one. So you connect this point, you are gunakan ruler lah. So that's why you need to measure the scale in the graph paper correctly. So this is mode number 2. Okay. Boleh faham Alright. So now let's look at characteristic of mean, mode, and median. So you can read by yourself, right? Actually, so I can skip this one. So make sure you read this one, all of this, the characteristic of mean, median, and mode. Now let's look at the relationship between mean, median, and mode. This is going to be our last part, right? So relationship between mean, median, and mode, right? So if mode is more than median, more than mean, so then we can have a skew to the left distribution, right? So let's say we have this one not really accurate graph, kan? So as I said, for a distribution, so dia akan bentuk macam ni lah, right? So dia basically, dia bentuk macam ni. Alright. So means dari kat sini, you nampak the shape of distribution here. This is to negative infinity, from negative infinity to infinity. Somewhere here should be 0 lah, right? So line dekat sini, dia tak akan sentuh x-axis, right? The curve dekat sini dia tak akan sentuh x-axis because this is a asymptotic function. So from negative infinity to infinity, when mode is larger than median, larger than mean, larger than median. Mean and median and mean lah, right? Terbalik. This is median and mean. So maksudnya mode lebih besar, This is approaching to infinity, right? Lebih besar. So then we're going to have a skewed to the left distribution. Macam mana nak tahu skewed to the left? You see the tail is longer to the left. So this is what we call skewed to the left distribution, or left skewed distribution lah. So when mode is smaller than median, smaller than mean. So when we have this kind of graph, right, from negative infinity to infinity, so the mode is smaller than median than mean. Means that mean is the largest value. So we're going to have skewed to the right distribution. Okay. So when mean is equal to median equal to mode. So when mean is equal to median and equal to mode. So this is the correct distribution. Right. So mean equal to mode equal to median. This is from negative infinity to infinity. So then we can say that we have symmetrical distribution or normal distribution. Right? This is the relationship between mean, median and mode. Right? Okay. Do you have any questions so far? Okay, if you don't have question, then I think that's all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum. But before we